Hi, I'm Bill Mobley, CEO of FreeCast, and I'm on the spot. It's important that we're recognized as an aggregation platform. Why is that important? Because there's so many things that have always existed collectively, let's say in the cable environment, but to have it now scattered all out there from different providers and wall guards, to bring it all together and have it in one place for a consumer, that's really the ultimate goal, regardless if it's all the things they just want access to and pay for the things that they want to watch and that they like. But I think that's probably one of the most important things, is being that overall aggregation platform. I think secondly, the app has to be and serve the consumer and all the things that they want. They want choice, as I just mentioned, a variety of things that they can get content through and from. They want certainly control, in the sense that if I have things like subscriptions or services that I already have, and yet you have all these other services, control gives you the ability to blend them all together so that we know that you're subscribed to those services. So all that information and all that content resides in one place on all those devices and one from one account. Another thing, certainly, and it's a big one, is the consumer's ability to pick and choose from a lot of options and try new things, right? I mean, there has to be a place to say, well, I can always go from app to app, but the big thing is probably app diving has become certainly somewhat of an annoyance, right? I mean, if we can take away app diving in and out, I mean, for me to know where a Will Ferrell movie is that I want to see, be it Step Brothers or whatever it is, I just want to be able to go where it's at. I want to put it in the search and I want to get to where it's at. I don't want to go, well, it's not in Netflix, or it's not over here in Hulu, and it's not over here. Where is it? Well, maybe it's on IFC, or maybe it's on FX or something that weekend or whatever. So I think that app diving and eliminating that's a big piece. And then when you look at some of the bigger features, just having all of the collective functions of platforms in it. What I mean by that, like there's linear channels, there's certainly premium channels in your bundles, such as your Slings and your Fubus and your YouTube Lives and your Hulus. Being able to have all those side by side in the same app is very important. I think also having video on demand in the same platform. So now all of a sudden you have not only all the advertising, or the AVOD they call it, advertising-based video on demand, where you can watch for free from all these different providers, but you also have your subscription, so your subscription video on demand. And you now have pay-per-view, and you now have in-theater movies, which are just a step up from pay-per-view because they're a higher price ticket and have a different variation. Whereas in our pay-per-view, you have the ability to look at Amazon to Vudu or whoever is offering you those different options. That's a huge opportunity. And the same thing, I think, plays out with music, which is the next thing, or live events. All of it in one place, I think, is key, but more importantly, every one of those layers. And I think the fifth most important thing is there's equipment out there. Consumers already have equipment. That's a big, big thing. So we really are going to work very hard to work on everybody's services, so that it's one thing if you super app it and put it all together and give all the options to the consumer, but consumer's going to want it on everything. I say you got mobile, and of course you have smart TVs, and certainly the web plays a presence, the mid-screens. When you look at the services and the Chromebooks and all these other things and the tablets and those sides, those are some pretty big options that give you plenty of things to look at, gaming systems. So we want to certainly work across all the different device platforms as well. So those are probably the top 5 things that aid to the conveniences of the consumer, as I mentioned, being at choice, control, and convenience. All right, everybody, that's a wrap. Let me get this for you.